with America Online, they made it very, very easy to programmatically extract because they had chat rooms and they had member directories. And so they had all these ways to basically cultivate the members of that service. And so unsolicited commercial email, like spam, became just a giant force of nature, like to be able to make money like off of these people because you knew they had credit cards, obviously, and they are on the internet. So you could go through programmatically, like we'd write programs to go and grab the names out of the chat rooms and grab the names from the member directory and just harvest all this stuff. And then you could just email like just constantly. So whatever products that you wanted to sell. And at the time, obviously pornography and the internet kind of go hand in hand. So I was doing affiliate programs. So you'd get like a cut of the sales when after you would drive traffic to these sites, when they put their credit card in or whatever, you'd get a certain amount of money per sale, or they would pay you per click, but you had to have a certain ratio of clicks to sales. You couldn't just send, garbage clicks or whatever. But that, when I was, I'm a teenager in high school, most people are having summer jobs. Like I worked at the movie theater for a little while with my friends, but even when I worked at the movie theater, it was all of us. So we're all friends. So like if we were working the ticket counter and two people came up and wanted to buy a ticket to a movie, we would sell them one, rip the ticket in half, give them each a stub, pocket the other half. We'd short count there was scams everywhere. There's always running scams, but that I didn't have like a regular job. That this was how I made money. Was like I'd go home and I would dial up. I was on Earthlink, which is another ISP that I stole those accounts, and then I would just use AOL accounts that we would crack, and then I would use those to send out all these spam messages, I guess, to porn sites. And so at that age, I'm doing this maybe like 1-2 hours a day, and I was making about $1,000 a week, and just as a kid, and this is like 1990s money. So
these affiliate programs go all the way back to the 90s.
Yeah, and again, porn. The thing about pornography is it is the genesis of a lot of internet technology and these types of concepts, that the affiliate program was really, really birthed and metastasized from the porn industry. I mean, the VHS Betamax, I don't know if you remember, like the tape format stuff. Yeah, and then VHS like wound up winning largely due to porn. Broadband internet you can attribute pretty much to pornography. The pornography's always been this weird sort of vanguard. It's this, oddly enough, like in the industry itself, like you would always refer to porn as porn and mainstream as mainstream, like these two pieces, even though that it was weird. A lot of the advertising techniques and everything that were being employed in porn, sort of eventually found their way into what we consider mainstream. And, that's just been true since maybe the dawn of time, but especially like in this, in the internet.
So porn is it's like the pioneer to advertising and the affiliate programming.
Big time. Yeah. A lot of the ways that the operating models that the affiliate programs used in porn, like now they're ubiquitous, and you find them in a lot of the different programs, now, like any type of affiliate program you're going into, there's some sort of ancestral thread that goes back to the porn industry. But at the time, again, it was just one of the more lucrative, you could sell most products and stuff, but it just seemed to be, it was always the one, and you knew that they paid on time, and you knew that they had the coffers to do it. And so I wasn't even really old enough to look at porn at that age, but so I signed up with fake information, but I'd had to be able to cash the checks and stuff. So that was it. It's just to lie about my age and started slinging that.
So how, if this is the snapshot I'm getting. So basically you infiltrate some of these chat rooms or whatever messaging services, extract all the email addresses out of them, create some kind of a marketing email with porn clips in them, something to capture somebody's attention. You send it out, they click on it, it does capture their attention, drives them to the site, and then there's some kind of tracking that goes from your email or like a cookie trail or something.
Yes.
And then you get paid off of that.
So you have a a lot of times so there was these things called thumbnail gallery posts and movie gallery posts, TGPs and MGPs, and those were considered like the kind of the clean ways to generate traffic. There was a huge one, the hun.net. I don't even know if it's around anymore, but it was the repository, and it just had like daily lists. But the affiliate programs, the porn companies would basically post these landing pages, that just had links to them, on these TGPs and MGPs. So this was like more of a direct, like the way we'd set it up is the same way kind of OnlyFans and things like that are done now. They're based around single girl, structures. And so, we'd have like a landing page that looked like a girl like using a webcam or something like that. Our friend Lindsay was like, love her. She was like the model for a lot of our stuff, like willfully, like, we could use her pictures to, I don't even know how much porn Lindsay sold back in the day, but her handle was magic. But create a page that like looks like it's just her kind of homepage, and then hey, like if you want to see me naked, click here type thing. And so in the query string, back then it was done more with that, like aside from cookies, but so as part of the URL, you would have like an affiliate ID that kind of get put in the code, and so then that's how it would track you when you clicked on that link, and it sent you to the page. That's how the affiliate program tracks that you're the one that sent that, and who you sent it to optionally. But yeah, you're basically just pretending to be that girl emailing people like, hey, it's me, Magic, like, or Lindsay or whatever. She's gonna love that I dropped this, but this is come see my pictures, or come see me live, whatever it was. And so then they would click on that link, and then then usually the thing is that you'd get paid on free trials. So whether or not somebody, which is another thing that porn started and then mainstream kind of picked up on, because it's in the nutraceutical industry and all types of things now, like where you get the free bottle, and then they hit you every month. It's called a continuity offer, like where they will rebill you. They'll hit you for $40 a month and keep sending you bottles until you cancel. It was a similar thing with like the porn sites, is that they'll pay you as an affiliate on the free trial, but then said in 3 days, 5 days when the trial's up, then they're hitting them for $100 or whatever it was, because there was usually all these cross sales and network sales and stuff that we're working out. But yeah.
What age did you get into that?
Why?
What age?
15, 16. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was
fun. You're on like the cutting edge of all this.
Yeah, and back then there were no rate
beginning.
limits. Now if you try to send a ton of emails, it'll say no more of that. You probably see it now, especially with CAPTCHAs and stuff. Like if you try to do something too much, it'll pop a CAPTCHA up. I mean, there was nothing like that. A lot of the reason that those technologies were developed was because of people like myself that were just having a field day on these sites, kind of doing whatever, because there was no limitation to how much, all you had to do when you pulled somebody's screen name out of these chat boxes and stuff is just add at AOL.com, and then you have their email address. And so they had an entire basically directory, like just a list of the chat rooms that were open at the time. And so you could click this who's online or who's chatting button. All this is done with a computer program. So you subclass the windows, and then you would basically simulate the click to these buttons and then read these text boxes. And so this was all done programmatically. Visual Basic was has almost nothing to do with the BASIC I was talking about, but Visual Basic was kind of the language that a lot of kind of AOL hackers were using to create these programs. But yeah, it was the AOL just made it insanely easy to blanket carpet bomb their whole service, and iteratively they improved on it, over the years. But there was always some sort of workaround to kind of get in.
Very interesting.